Winsenberg on the Weekend on News Radio 1040 WHO. We're going to continue our English teacher theme this morning with a couple of English teachers that are going to teach us proper grammar. And they have written a really fun book called Nitty Gritty Grammar, a not-so-serious guide to clear communication. And welcome to Edith Fine and Judith Josephson. Hi, Edith and Judith.
Hi, Steve.
Hi.
Thanks for being with us today.
Thanks.
Tell us about your grammar patrol. How did this all come about, where you two decided to kind of be the grammar patrol?
We've had a lot of fun with this book. We've actually been teaching the class because we were writers and teaching at San Diego State, and they asked us to put together a grammar class. We said, who would come? But you know what? They were right, and the class has been filled ever since. And we just teach the cartoon. We use cartoons and humor.
The Grammar Patrol idea, too, was a way to diffuse people's anxiety because people do get anxious about grammar. So we thought, well, if we wore funny hats and went around saying that grammar was a very serious business, but still making it funny, that people would be drawn to it, and they have been.
So you do wear funny hats?
Oh, we do. We wear Keystone Cops hats.
We never had teachers like that in my school.
and then we throw cartoons up on the screen, such as the Far Side one that has Thomas Jefferson saying, "So then, would that be us the people or we the people?"
What's the problem? Tell us where our origins of grammar problems begin. Is it elementary school?
No, I think what happens is that possibly the last class anyone had was 8th grade or 11th grade, and then we're bombarded with incorrect pronunciation and incorrect grammar that we hear and see written.
And then we forget the rules.
Yeah. And we're exposed to media sources where they use improper grammar, and then we just kind of toss it out and think it's normal.
That's right.
So I guess the question then would be, if the general public uses incorrect grammar and doesn't follow the rules, why don't we just change the rules?
Oh, you want us to give, do you?
Oh, way to get an English teacher mad there.
Hey, Steve, we'll give on some of them. How about ending a sentence with a preposition? That's certainly wonderful. Go right ahead, except for where's it at. Are you going to say, in which pan shall I cook the soup, or which pan shall I cook the soup in? Obviously, you're going to say the latter.
Right. Well, we're going to have all sorts of fun examples today from the Nitty Gritty Grammar book, and we are going to open up the phone lines because we've got a little quiz, and we are going to ask our listeners some multiple choice questions regarding grammar, and we have 2 copies of the book that we're going to give away. Ladies, when you talk grammar, some people may think, oh, brother, who needs a book, but you've made it nice and simple for everybody, correct?
That was certainly our goal, and the index was very important so that people could quickly find something in the book.
That's right.
And we tried to also inject the humor because people love to laugh, and if they associate grammar with a grammar review with cartoons and funny anecdotes, it goes down easier.
Well, let's get to some of our grammar rules here. We're going to take callers and find out how much they know. Scott, you're up first. You ready for your grammar quiz, Scott?
I'm ready.
Okay, Scott, what's the correct way to say this sentence? I should eat less bonbons, or I should eat fewer bonbons?
I should eat fewer bonbons.
Oh, you're an English teacher, aren't you?
No, but I've always been interested in it. Can I pose a related question to
Sure.
the ladies?
Go ahead.
I've noticed there's one word in the English language where, when it's made plural, the spelling changes in the second syllable, but the pronunciation changes in the opposite syllable, the unchanged syllable.
Let's have it.
There's only one word, and it's I think it's a pretty appropriate word considering how illogical this is. Woman and women. W-O-M-A-N, W-O-M-E-N, and yet we changed the pronunciation of the W-O.
Oh, I say we changed the
Exactly.
pronunciation of it. Oh.
Wood to wick.
Isn't
That's
that
very good.
That is good.
That'll be in the next book there, Scott.
Now, Scott, you get 2 A's for today because I bet you spell grammar with 2 A's, not M-E-R.
Scott, you get a little gold star on top of your paper today.
Well, that was always one I noticed. And the other thing related to genders that saddens me is that I noticed the Des Moines Register does this too. Is that we have sacrificed political correctness has taken the place of grammatical correctness, and they're always saying if anyone is interested, they can call.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Singular and plural.
That's
That one
right.
really bugs me.
Yep. Thanks a lot, Scott, for calling. Let's go to Tom. You're up next on our show. Hi, Tom.
Hi.
We're getting all sorts of funny little sounds here, but I think it's because we have so many different phone lines going because Edith and Judith are in two different spots. And let's give you a question. What's the correct way to order your dog? What's the correct way to order your dog? Bowser, lay down. Or Bowser, lie down.
Oh, I hate this one. I believe it is lie down.
Oh, good for you, Tom.
You got it right. It is lie down. We don't lay down.
We don't want our dogs to be grammatically incorrect.
Tell us about these rules now in terms of we talked earlier in the first question about less and fewer. I know when I went to the checkout counter, they changed that word to 12 items or less to 12 items or fewer. Why?
That's what's happening out here. We're so excited. The grocery stores are catching on. Fewer is for things that you can count.
Count. Fewer is counting. Less is what?
Less is things you can't count.
Less
courage, less fear.
Okay.
That kind of thing.
And is there an easy way to remember lay down or lie down?
Yeah, I was going to say Edith has a wonderfully easy way.
I do?
Yes. That the past tense of lie and the past tense and the present tense of lay are the same, and that's why people get confused. But if you can remember anything to do with reclining, to lie, to put in a reclining position, that's the lie verb. Lay means to set, to place upon. I lay the pen on the table.
Lie. Okay, good. Sue, you're up next on a nitty-gritty grammar quiz. Hi, Sue. Sue, I'm going to ask you a question about grammar, but it deals with Star Trek. Which Star Trek phrase uses incorrect grammar? Is it live long and prosper, beam me up, Scotty, or to boldly go where no one has gone before? Which one of those phrases is incorrect grammar? Live long and prosper, beam me up, Scotty, or to boldly go where no one's gone before?
I think it's the last one.
Yes. And do you have any idea why? I think we should have our teachers tell us. Judith?
Well, you have very astute listeners. It's because the infinitive is split.
It's a split infinitive.
So we've got to go split by to boldly. By the word boldly. And that's another one of the rules that is relaxing some because obviously it sounds a little funny to say to go boldly where
right. But that's what it's supposed to be, to go boldly where no one...
Right, because the adverb would follow the infinitive form of the verb. We've got a great cartoon in the book, a Croc cartoon that says, what is the meaning of true love? And Croc says, you should try to, if you can, overlook the little mistakes of your loved one. And he's sitting next to him and he says, you split your infinitive.
Love those split infinitives. Karen, you're up next with our nitty-gritty grammar quiz. Hi, Karen.
Hi there.
Okay, here's a tough one.
Oh, great.
You're not an old English teacher, are you?
No.
Okay. How many conjunctions are in this sentence? I'm going to read you a sentence. You tell me how many conjunctions are in this sentence. Neither Sam nor Janet is a better swimmer than I.
Oh.
Neither Sam nor Janet is a better swimmer than I. How many conjunctions are there?
Is there 4?
No.
I don't know.
Sorry, there were 3, though. And Edith, neither, nor, and than are all conjunctions, aren't they?
That's correct.
How do we remember conjunctions?
Conjunctions are joiners. They connect words or parts of a sentence. And, but, since, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. What did you think of that? Back in the 70s, they had that Schoolhouse Rock where they had these conjunction songs.
Oh, we loved that show. Conjunction, junction.
Right.
That's
so
my function.
Lots of fun little things there.
It's a way to help people remember what they do. They join things.
Right.
And we've got lists of conjunctions in the book and examples of how to remember the way they're used.
Okay, great. Let's go to Ashley. You ready for your grammar quiz, Ashley?
Hi.
Hi. Ashley, which one of these words is an adverb? Soon, faithful, or myself? Soon, faithful, or myself? Which one is an adverb?
Soon.
Correct. Good job. Did you know or just guess?
No, I knew.
Oh, yeah, right.
No.
I have a feeling she was guessing, ladies, but I thought adverbs had to end in ly.
Oh, no. No, and in fact, some ly verbs are not adverbs.
Really?
So just think of something that answers how or when or where or how much. That will give you a clue about adverbs.
Okay, so
That one was when, so it's soon.
Is it pretty much true of the English language that if there's a rule, it's going to somehow be broken at some point?
You caught on to the English language,
It
didn't
must
you?
be tough to be a teacher then of English, isn't it? Let's do one more here. Helen's been waiting on the line. Hi, Helen.
Hi.
Let's give you the last question. We all know I before E except after C, right? You've heard that little...
Yes, and I missed it in the spelling contest when I was in grade school and when I was spelling handkerchief.
Oh, my. Well, which of these three words does not follow that rule? The I before E except after C. Which of these words does not follow that rule? Receive, weird, or ceiling?
Is it weird?
Weird. Yes, weird is spelled W-E-I-R-D. So it doesn't follow the rule because it's not after C. Very good, Helen. See, you redeemed yourself all these years later. Good job. And again, Judith, this is another one of those rules that is meant to be broken, I guess, right?
Well, yeah, and we've got a cartoon that speaks to that, in which in Sally Forth, the little girl's saying, "What was this Webster guy, a goofball or what?" Because there are many exceptions to spelling.
But the way we remember that one is we are weird. I've never forgotten it.
We
I said that.
are weird, yeah, W-E-I-R-D. Edith, what's the trick with who or whom? Should we still be using that whom? It sounds so proper English to use that sometimes.
Yes, we still like whom, but it has to be in the objective case. So what happens is that people get confused because sometimes words come in between it.
Mm-hmm.
Who did you say is calling? And they'll say, whom did you say is calling? Because the did you say hasn't been vacuumed out. But you wouldn't say, whom is calling. That doesn't sound right.
Right. Well, the book is filled with all sorts of tips. Another interesting one I thought were nouns that have now become verbs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we fax things now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Well,
Right.
fax is a noun. But we now say, I'll fax it to you.
Or I'll calendar that.
Right. And the book is filled with all sorts of fun information. Judith and Edith, thanks so much for sharing your experience with us.
Thank you.
Nitty Gritty Grammar is the name of the book. And we're going to give away 2 copies of the book, and I'm going to give them to Helen, who redeemed herself with I before E except after C, and Scott. Scott's the one who had some great suggestions for us earlier in the show. So if Helen and Scott want to call us back, we will tell you how you can get a hold of Nitty Gritty Grammar. Hope you've enjoyed Winsenberg on the weekend today.